Hello everyone, it's day 9 of the Chilling Challenge. Today's theme is spookiest setting. One of my favorite parts of Hollywood studios is the nighttime entertainment, and by nighttime entertainment, I specifically mean Fantasmic. And believe it or not, it's a spooky setting. When you're seated, all you can see is this giant rock formation that is really intimidating, and it's surrounded by this really dark lagoon. It basically just looks like Bald Mountain. I remember getting chills when I looked at that mountain when I was a kid. The show begins with a very soothing voice explaining that imagination is both beautiful and powerful, good and bad. The exposition makes us wonder whether or not Mickey's imagination can conquer his deepest fears. Then the lights start. Imagination. Mickey Mouse appears and the show begins with orchestration of water, which sounds kind of weird, but it's really, really cool. One of my favorite things about this show is the technology that goes into each performance. I mean, half of the imagery is projected onto water screens.
And firework fingers. Mickey's firework gloves are one of my favorite parts of the show.
So Mickey's imagination is super upbeat and fun and flowery and good. He pretty much just runs through all of the major Disney movies. You can guess which part is my favorite. The last of Mickey's imagination bubble things is Jiminy Cricket trapping himself into a bubble, which logically leads to Monstro. Monstro kind of creates this whirlpool that Sorcerer's Apprentice Mickey gets sucked into until the water screen is completely blank except for Mickey's eyes. Prince Eric's ship is seen sloshing around in a storm, and then the cannon goes off and scares the entire audience. Cue live-action Pocahontas. While I like this part of the show, I'm not really sure why it's useful. I mean, maybe Mickey just got so scared of Monstro that he had to imagine the story of Pocahontas? I don't know, I guess I'm just glad it's not Frozen. This scene transitions into Mickey's remembering of love and romance. Not of him and Minnie, but of Aurora and Philip, Cinderella and the Prince, and Aladdin and Jasmine, which then transitions to Belle and the Beast, Ariel and Eric, and Snow White and the Prince floating along the lagoon with some really passionate music to dance to. Except for Ariel and Eric. Sort of. Next, the evil queen is seen on the mountain with a giant cauldron. She calls the magic mirror and the water screen comes back up. The mirror tells her,
"Here, in Mickey's imagination, beauty and love will always survive."
The queen gets angry because she's not the prettiest woman in the whole land, and then she turns herself into the old hag.
Now I'll turn that little mouse's dream into a nightmare Fantasmic.
God, the quotes from the show are my favorite. From there, the evil queen gathers all the villains that she can to really scare Mickey. Each villain transforms from the one before them on the water screen in the magic mirror. It's super cool. Oh, and then we get to take a ride with Mickey through the Cave of Wonders. Next comes one of my favorite parts. 3 words. Giant Snake Jafar, who Mickey only makes more powerful by turning him into a sorcerer with the magic lamp. Jafar transitions into Hades, and Hades transitions into Chernobog. We see almost all of the night on Bald Mountain, which is really fitting for this setting. Chernobog summons fire, the water screen goes away, and we see none other than the Mistress of Evil herself. Fantasmic knew to save the best for last. Maleficent tells Mickey,
Now you will deal with me and all the powers of my imagination!
God, she's just terrifying and I love it! The platform that she's on grows and grows behind the water screen that plays different clips of Maleficent transitioning in the movie. All of the villains celebrate the defeat of Mickey, and then we see the glowing yellow eyes of the dragon. She lights the water on fire. I repeat, she lights the water on fire. Mickey fights back, saying,
"You may think you're so powerful! Well, this is my dream!"
He summons water to defeat the fire, and then finds a sword to defeat Maleficent. Plus, fireworks come out of the sword, so that's awesome. Because Maleficent is defeated, all the other villains die too! Yay, Mickey! Mickey's celebration begins when Steamboat Willie drives a huge boat across the lagoon. All of our favorite Disney characters come out and twirl ribbons, and it's musical and magical, and I cry every time I see this show! When the boat leaves, Sorcerer's Apprentice Mickey pops out of the top of the mountain! He brings us fireworks and dancing water fountains and just all of the Disney magic that you could imagine in one show. I do have to say though, the very last line of the show is my absolute favorite. Thank Thank you so much for watching this video. In the comments below, let me know what your favorite Disney spookiest setting is. If you're not already subscribed to us, please do so down below, especially if you want to continue watching our chilling challenge. The Scrivener will see you tomorrow.